How about a pirate story? You guys keep asking for another story. How about a real true story about an American pirate even? How about that? Yeah, y'all stick around. This is a good one. I think you'll like it. Abraham Davis had a shipping company, and he was shipping timber from New Jersey to the West Indies. When the Revolutionary War started, the British cruisers came into New Jersey. They shut down all of the merchants, all of the trade. They forced all of the boats into the harbors, or they seized them. And this really, really pissed off Abraham and his guys that he worked with. So what they did was, Abraham and another man, his brother-in-law, Stevens, they got a bunch of guys together, and they tried to convince them that it would probably be very profitable, and they would get to retaliate if they would just start seizing the British ships and take the war to them. There was really no troops in Chestnut Neck in those days. There was really no Continental Army to speak of up there. And what these men did was they put together a little galley. They finally found about 25 young, reckless men that thought it would be fun, and they took to sea. They found a British fleet, and in the dead of night under fog, they found themselves right under the guns of the British frigate. The British frigate, confused, didn't really know who they were, thought that maybe they were launched from one of the other boats, told them to back off and to pull back and remain port. And so they said, aye, aye, sir, and they did. And they just kept falling back until they got to the very last ship, the very last one in the fleet. And silently, in the middle of the night, they boarded that boat. Nothing but cutlasses, right? They just had cutlasses and, their little muskets. And without a shot being fired, they took that boat in the middle of the night. They took it, they stole it, and that crew took it down to Egg Harbor. When they got to Egg Harbor, they auctioned everything off. And then they split the money amongst all of the guys that were there. Abraham Davis then found himself in charge of a really nice privateer with 14 guns. They took back to the sea. Stevens and Davis, along with several other pretty famous captains, took to the sea, and they had the British so afraid that you couldn't barely find a British ship that had enough gumption to try to get into Sandy Hook or Chestnut Neck or Egg Harbor. The British just stayed away. Eventually, the British did get good and pissed off, and they sent a force to Chestnut. When they got there, they burned everything in the harbor. There was no army there. There was no troops there. But when the British tried to infiltrate by sending troops into the land, the locals in Chestnut Neck, they fought back. They managed to keep the British from infiltrating the area. But their harbor was destroyed and their ships were gone. Abraham Davis wasn't done retaliating though. So he joined the Continental Army. Joined the Continental Army as a captain and fought all the way to the war's end. Fought honorably in many, many battles to defeat the British. His grandson with that same type of gumption. His grandson's name was George Washington Davis. And George Washington Davis is the same George Washington Davis that created the Come and Take It flag, that told Santa Anna, come and get this gun if you really want it, and had the 18 men stand against Santa Anna's army in Texas to fire the first shots of independence in the Texas Revolutionary War. Yeah, Abraham Davis and that family, their roots go back to the sea. So that is my great-great-great-grandfather. And while all of you are out here calling me a pirate and saying my voice sounds like a pirate and making fun of the way I talk, all I can say is this. My family created the pirate stereotype, so it only makes sense that you think I talk like a pirate. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this story. Peace and love.